Yo, turn the track up, dude. Turn it up. This confirms it. What I already knew, it confirms it right now. We're in a moment. It's like,
I don't mean to impose, yes, but my God, I'm just too cold. No chain, no range, and no gold. But my God, I'm just too cold. Just too cold. Just too cold.
y'all know that it's gotta be cold if we say it to you just too cold. Yeah,
No chain,
no chains,
no range,
no range,
and no
little bit of
gold.
That's right.
But my God, that's right.
Y'all, stop tripping. The whole air about yourself is conditioning. Do you even hear yourself? Are you listening? We have all gotta try some new positioning. Yeah, my crew blue huge on national, and I'm the piece of the bomb like shrapnel. Dudes spreading rumors, but you need to get the facts though. So many big fat lies, I call them fat souls. Y'all are hassles, you really can't be that slow. Gators in the moat, and I'm the bonus in the castle. I don't fuck with nobody like a back door, and I ain't sleeping on you just like Rachel Maddow. Getting rid of them, stopping all the pretending and making some living, baby. Whatever you put in living, they living inside the tenements. All family and friends, and I'm focusing on the hood, and it's not like George Zimmerman. Challenges and balances, filling all on my calendar, traveling around the globe. My soul knows the wounds, my heart knows it flows to 50 degrees, and I can even get hotter when it's less degrees, cause I'm gold. Freezing. I mean, no, for real. Turn up the thermostat, dude. It's freezing in here. I'm freezing. I'm just tripping. You know what it is.
I don't mean to impose, but my God, I'm just too cold. No chain, no range, and no gold. But my God, I'm just too cold. Just
Yeah, that's right, just too cold. Y'all know that it's really, really cold. Well, we gotta say that it's just too cold.
No chain,
no
range, and no gold.
Nah,
Cold. Icebox, white knot, black caps, white socks, cold world, raindrops, pen pad, can't stop. Even when it's cold, I remain hot. Steady staying cold when it say stop. Gotta get low, hit the road, feel my soul when it gone, but I still rock. Stone broken bones and it feel hot. Mirror chains got us gone, make us feel locked. We was drunk on a real pop. Mama gone, daddy gone, so to feel spots. It's a long way home, trying to build blocks. Rock, sharp leaders getting built pop. Still killer, be killed, drug dealer, be a deal, trying to switch sides. Waking up without a vision on a mission, fell in love with a big slip with us down. Now we up in the business, that we was pounds. Before you kill in 100 rounds, well, you know that we spitting, breaking the vibe, and you know that we with it. It's my time, going shine, and you know I'ma get it. It's all came from the times we was up in the vision. So I stay on the grind, got something to finish. Money stay in my mind, so I'm coming to get it, cause I'm cold.
You heard the man? Cold. Artist.
I don't mean to impose, but my God, I'm just too cold. No chain, no range, and no gold. But my God, I'm just too cold. Just too cold.
That's right. Y'all don't understand his eyes. It's just too cold.
No chain,
no range,
and no
gold. Little bit, but so cold.
Peace to the fam, peace to the fam. Yo, it is yours truly, Lamar Decina, aka the lyrical storyteller, Mr. Cool Spot.
Hey.
What's up, Free? How you doing, Free?
What's up? How are you today?
Good. Everybody, I just want to bring on my vision partner. You know what I'm saying? So the person that's been behind all of the little glitz and glam, everything, all of the text rolling across the screen, all of that stuff. This is the brains behind that. This is the mastermind behind all of that. Just moving forward, I've been told that, a male's opinion is good, but it's always good to bring balance in all things, right? And being that me and Free are vision partners, right, when it comes to dreaming and implementing new plans and ideas, I thought it was only right that maybe we can try to start doing a little something different. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited about this show. My man Daunta Tyler, today we were supposed to be having Daunta Tyler on the call, doing the live chat, the live recording, talking about life insurance. But I know he's a busy guy, and he's actually on the policy right now. So Nirvana Life, Group Life, definitely check them out. You can look them up, NirvanaGroupLife.com, and look up the different policies, man. If you guys need life insurance right now, definitely this is the guy that you want to go to. And let's get plugged in. All right. So, okay, it looks like he should be on. I think he should be on.
All right,
there he is.
Chat it up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off.
All right. Thank you much. What's up, Daunta? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, y'all from another planet, bro. Y'all on some different kind of technology. I'm like, yo.
Yes, sir. It's 2020. It's 2020, bro. So everything is moving, bro. Everything is moving. You know what I'm saying? So, but
well, cool.
I just gotta say, man, first of all, thank you for taking out the time. I know you're a very, very busy guy. We won't be long today. We actually have some stuff laid out, but I know you have a lot going on today, which is great because, hey, be about your money, my brother. You hear me? Be about your money. You know what I mean? But today we want to just talk about life insurance. And first of all, I have to welcome my guests. Everybody, please welcome my good brother, Daunta Tyler, founder of Nirvana Life Group, and phenomenal brother, man. He's been doing a lot in the community. I have to first and foremost pay homage to this brother because throughout my entire career, with whether it's been music or whether it's been business ideas or strategies, somebody that's like-minded, I could definitely say that Daunta Tyler has been one of the people that's been like right there in my corner when it came to having business ideas and strategizing and even implementing new ideas to kind of put things into place so we can actually take off and run with it. So
yes,
one of the few people that I actually value opinions from, you know what I mean? And when it comes to musically, he's an animal. So don't sleep with the professional attire and all of that stuff. But he's doing insurance. He's been doing music for a long time and been one of my greatest inspirations coming into the Christian hip hop world. He was one of the first producers that I worked with, and he's pretty much helped mold me into the artist that I am today. So if you guys see some of the things that I've done, that I've shared, whether it's been like mixtape music or my personal stuff, he's been a great influence in all of that too. So, brother, thank you for all that you've done for me personally. You know what I mean? And I just got to say I'm proud of you, man, and I love you,
bro. Thank you so much.
And love you. I'm super excited about today's podcast, man. So, Daunta Tyler, let's share with the world, Daunta. Who is Daunta Tyler? What's the background about who you are? How do you become the person that you are today, bro?
Man, first off, man, I want to say thank you guys for having me on. Big shout out to the Cool Spot. You guys are doing amazing things in the community, educating the community. This is the hub. This is the informational hub where if you want to, find out something that's going on, you want to keep up with the new updates, you want unbiased news, things of that nature. This is where you want to go. You want to come to the Cool Spot. I just got to say that. And also, sorry for my lack of technicality, my lack of technical
technical difficulty. That's cool. It's cool. We in here.
I apologize for that. Number one, and just thank you guys for having me on, man. It's truly an honor just to be on your show. Who is Daunta, man? Daunta is I am a workaholic. I believe in progression. I believe in generational wealth. I believe in financial freedom. I believe in enjoying the fruits of life that God intended for us. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Um, Oldest of four, raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
Raised tough, raised to work for what you want, raised to never forget who you are, no matter where you are. We grew up. We grew up rough. We weren't privileged at all.
Yeah.
But that created the hustle in me. That created the worker. That created, when you're young and you are in a situation where we didn't have the finances. I mean, we were broke. But the great thing is that it taught me how to use my imagination, how to make the things that I think tangible. And
Yeah.
so at 12, I started a business. At 12, I was selling candy.
Yeah.
I started a candy business just to give my mom gas money.
Yeah.
I did that for a year or so until the man caught me and took all my candy.
Yeah.
That was my first run-in with the man.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
funny.
saying? And so then what it did, it taught me how to I started a computer business building computers, Tyler's PC repair. And I was just really helping. I was just technical tech support for seniors, people that didn't know how to use their computers, people that had viruses, things of that nature. I would just make house calls and go from there.
Yeah.
Before that, we didn't have a computer. I wanted a computer to make my music and stuff like that. So I learned how to build a computer. I didn't have a
Yeah.
book or anything. I just put parts together, and God just blessed me with a gift.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then eventually, man, firsthand, I've always just been a doer.
Yeah.
I've always been a hustler. So how did I get into insurance?
Yeah.
So 2017 was probably one of the trying times of my life, being as an adult, being married and with a family. And so 2017, I was working out at a gym one day. My wife, prior to me going to the gym, my wife was like, "You need to stay home. You're tired. You've been going and going and going. You need some sleep." I'm like,
Right.
"No, I'm gonna just get this workout in, and be done." So
Right.
I went to the gym. I'm playing ball with a few friends. I slip and fall, and I ruptured my Achilles tendon. So
Ooh.
then, what that did was wiped our entire savings because I didn't have any health insurance, right?
Right.
And so that put us. I mean, we were poor. My family. I mean, we ended up getting on welfare and things of that nature, and
Yeah.
it was really bad.
Yeah.
But what it did for me was it taught me, I thank God for my upbringing, because that hustle kicked in. I started a
Yeah.
business literally from my bedroom,
Yeah.
and
Good.
then we ended up moving to Charlotte. And the reason why we moved to Charlotte, because just from my research, Charlotte is just a progressive place for Black families.
Yeah.
So we went to Charlotte, and I got into finances. I got into selling cars, and I
Yep.
got promoted to a finance manager, things of that nature. Now, what led me into life insurance was I was doing so well selling cars. I was a top salesman in my region, and what it did was um, it was subprime lending. So I was in subprime lending, meaning it's people with, blemishes on their credit, people with imperfect credit, things of that nature. The
Right.
interest rate was just so high, 24 to 28% interest rate. And I just felt bad. I got
Right.
convicted. And so, especially working with my own people, I just got convicted. I'm like, man, $15,000 car instantly became a $40,000 car just from the finance charges and the interest and things of that nature.
Right.
So I had a couple run-ins with the management, just on, man, this interest as to how we have to do something. And then eventually I just parted ways with them, and I got into insurance. And the reason why I got into insurance is because it allowed me to um it allowed me to function with my heart
Yeah.
and still provide for my family. So it's okay for me to go into a home. Even now, I'm at a home right now. I just stepped out. Have a lady that has a policy that someone took advantage of her, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
I had to educate her and show her what was going on, and that's what is just like, man, I love what I do. So
Yeah.
I just saved this lady years from her life because her policy is going to expire soon,
Mm.
and she was misinformed by the previous agent, and so now she don't have to at 80 years old look for insurance that I got her covered.
Yeah.
With a company that's not going to expire or anything like that. It'll outlive her. But that's me altogether, man. I'm married, 2 kids. I love being a dad. Everybody knows that about me. I love being a dad. I love being a husband. Yeah, that's me, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to bore y'all.
No, you're good. Because you hit a few points that I want to just kind of throw back out there. Because you were talking about the struggle and you going through with not having anything, and isn't it something like your character really shows up in your time of need, right? And I feel like we're placed in situations, and I feel it's all divine. We're placed in situations in a divine manner. It's proper in a divine manner that causes you to bring the best out you. And I believe that's what hardship is for. It's designed to bring the best out you. You know what I mean? So, like,
Right.
You did the right thing by taking that leap of faith and not prolonging the process and just taking that step forward. So I commend you for that, bro. Commend you for
Thank
that.
you.
Absolutely. Because what you're doing right now is you're saving lives, man. Like, you're not just saving lives, but you're saving legacies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Yep.
if you can educate throughout the process with understanding life insurance and why it's important, then
Right.
it consciously it motivates people to want to do better and for themselves, on behalf of their family and for families.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
bro, you're doing a phenomenal thing right now. You know what I mean? So I commend you, bro. Hats off to all that you do. You know what I mean? Hats off, brother.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you this question, man, since we're talking about life insurance, and I just brought it up. Life insurance and the importance of life insurance. Like, why is it important to have life insurance?
Okay. Long story short.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let's just go. The importance of insurance. Number one, it is to protect you. Number one, and that my wife is calling me. Sorry. To protect you from the inevitable. Meaning nothing lasts forever. I don't care if it's your car. I don't care if it's your devices.
There you go.
It's to protect you from the inevitable, right? You buy a car, yeah, we will love to. I bought a Honda, and I love Hondas. You know how I feel about Hondas, right? So I bought a Honda, not that it's going to live forever, because I know it's not going to live forever. I bought it because I can get the most life out of it, right? Because the inevitable is going to happen. Okay. So why is important? Number one, we tend to want to protect things like our phones and our cars, but a lot of times we tend to not want to protect ourselves. We put ourselves last. The reason why you want to protect your life as far as life insurance, you're really not protecting yourself. You're protecting your loved ones.
Right.
For the inevitable. The inevitable could be now, it could be later.
Right.
You don't want your family, you don't want your spouse or your loved ones to inherit two losses, emotional and financial. So now their livelihood is compromised because they have to move out of this house because they accumulated bills off of two incomes. And so the importance of having life insurance is it does a couple things. It can pay off your mortgage, so that your kids and your wife could remain in that home comfortable.
Yeah.
It could pay off your vehicles and pay off bills. It can create wealth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life insurance. I mean, these companies that were started in America off of life insurance, off of cashing in cash value, borrowing against the policy, things of that nature. Life insurance is it's vital.
Yeah.
It's very vital.
Yeah.
If you want to start a family, I'd say, starting a family and life insurance is, they go hand in hand.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buying a house and buying life insurance go hand in hand. Like you buy a car, you can't buy a car without insurance. They go hand in hand.
Right. And
so if you can buy a car with insurance, if you can't buy a car without insurance,
right.
And if you buy your cell phone or your Mac computer, things of that nature, your computer or whatever,
right,
you're going to want to get insurance.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To protect you from a loss.
Right.
Right. So that's why insurance is vital.
Yeah, and that's good, man. That's real good. That's real good. And I think a lot of people have to understand that, like, you can't put insurance on a car coming off the lot, but not have yourself covered. Because I mean, again, the debt from
Exactly.
coming off of that lot, because like they say, as soon as you pull off the lot with that car depreciates, right? But there's still a debt that's owed. So let's say you pull off in that car, and then God forbid, get hit, and then it becomes fatal. Then no coverage. Who's going to be stuck with that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that having life insurance, man, and honestly, like I haven't had it in a while, but I know last year, actually, the beginning of this year is when I had my life insurance set up. It's been about a year or two since I've had it. So I went a long span without it, but this year I went back and I took care of that, man. I have the best of everything, but I think it's important though, man, because I know I do a lot and I give a lot, and I know that my family depends on me, you know. So I hate to have to do all of this work and have nothing to show for it afterwards, you know. So we building empires, and let's say if our kids are not ready to carry that torch, then what happens after you've gone, your time is come and gone, then who takes over the business? Okay, well, if they don't want to take over, what's left for them to kind of carry on? You know what I'm saying? And live and pay off the debt and the bills. So it's important, definitely, bro. I like that. I like that.
It's supposed to be so. Just to kind of add to that, when your spouse dies, let's just say spouse, because I have a spouse. So if your spouse dies, you want your life to be seamless. You want the transition to be seamless. Now, it's not going to be easy because you lost a loved one. However, financially, you want your livelihood to be consistent still.
Right.
Okay, because I know personally what the bills that my wife and I accumulated, and I know if I didn't have any protection, if I were to, God forbid, I would have died, now, if I didn't have protection, I know it would be very hard for her, and it would compromise her livelihood and our kids' livelihoods. So that's a nightmare. Just the thought of that. So, yeah, man, very, very, very good points made.
Yeah, good stuff though. Good stuff. So, what about like the difference between men and women? Like, why is life insurance more expensive for men than women? Why do you think that is? Or what do you know about that?
A couple things. Good question. A couple things. One, women, statistically proven, women outlive men. Okay. Why do women outlive men? With two reasons. Women go to the doctor. They go to the dentist. I hate the dentist.
Me too. Me too.
I've never got one good report, so I don't want to go.
Right.
Women, they tend to statistically prove and stay on top of their health. Number two is that men have jobs like we're firemen, we're policemen. We have more dangerous jobs. We're truck drivers. Not saying women aren't, but predominantly proven that men have more dangerous jobs.
Right.
Which is why insurance for men is more expensive, because we're more of a liability. We're more of a risk than women.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Like my wife right now, works from home. I'm out. 90% of my job consists of driving. I drive a lot, and I know I'm at risk, and so that is proven why women policies are cheaper.
Yeah, and that makes sense, man. So, like, speaking of policies, like, let's shift gears and transition into different types of policy, if you don't mind. Let's term life. Like, I understand that there's different types of term life. Am I correct? I don't want to say it wrong. But can you give some insight on like some term life insurance? And just we're going down the basics.
So term life is very simple. It's a term. Term is time, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right? You can use term insurance for a lot of ways. Now, one thing about term is you get a lot of insurance for the money. It's the most inexpensive version of life insurance, because just basic traditional term doesn't have any cash value. It's just term, right? Now you can turn term into an investment vehicle. Term has you can it's something called riders, and basically a rider is just like adding an accessory to your phone. So it's just bonuses. It's just extra features to add to your term policy. Like one is called return of premium, where you could get $100,000 life insurance term life insurance policy and add return of premium. So after that term, you're able to get those premiums that you paid in. You're able to get them back. Cash, tax free.
Nice.
You're able to add accidental death to your term policy. So if you die in the event of an accident, slip or fall, bus plane, train accident, you're able to double, if not double, triple your death benefit, your $100,000. So if you die in the event of an accident, God forbid, you can get an extra $100,000. But if you die in the event of a common carrier accident, bus, plane, train, you're actually able to triple your death benefit 3 times. So term is term. You can do a lot with term. You can use term to protect your mortgage. So if you purchase a home and you buy some term, let's say you buy a $150,000 house, you get you a term of $150,000. So if you die before that mortgage is paid off, it'll finish paying off your mortgage. Not only that, if you exceed that term, if you outlive that term, then you're able to get those premiums back. And so not only do you pay your house off, you're able to end up with $60,000 to $70,000 to $80,000 cash after paying off, your mortgage. So insurance is powerful.
It's very powerful. I see. Yeah, I wasn't aware of all of that, man. That's phenomenal. Especially with the helping with the mortgage payoff. That's big. That's big. Yeah. So life and term, like, what's the difference between life and term? Like, what's whole life? I'm sorry, whole life.
Whole life is man, it's very simple. It's what the name says. It's whole life. It's for your whole life. It's permanent insurance. So meaning that if you live to be 120, you'll still have coverage, right? There are a lot of companies out there that have insurances that have whole life that expires at 80, 85, things of that nature. Those aren't my favorite companies because that's kind of misleading. But a whole life is valuable for a lot of reasons. Number one, it covers your whole life. Now, a whole life is more expensive. It's more expensive because it covers your whole life, number one. Number two is that you can use it as an investment vehicle. It has something associated with it called cash value. So your policy builds cash value that you're able to borrow from. You're able to borrow against your policy. So when you pay those premiums, those insurance companies, they invest those premiums and they make billions and billions off of your premiums. So now we're able to benefit from that. We're able to borrow from a $50,000 whole life policy to start a business, to the down payment on your mortgage, or help pay you through college, help purchase a vehicle. From my experience in the field, a lot of seniors tend to borrow against their policy for unexpected events, unexpected life events, like the car breaks down, hot water heater goes out, the roof needs to be replaced, things of that nature. Instead of going to your bank or borrowing against the equity in your home, you can and going to getting a traditional personal loan of like 10% interest. You're able to borrow from yourself in your own policy free.
Nice. Now I know that I'm keeping an eye on the clock because I know you were just in the middle of a transaction with a client. So I don't want to hold you too long, but I'm gonna cut down a little bit on the time and skip a few questions. But before I do, like, accidental death, man, like, again, you touched on it earlier. Is there any more insight you want to share about accidental death? Because it happens. You know what I mean? It happens.
Accidental death. It's simple. It's self-explanatory. If you're a driver, if you drive, you need accidental death.
Yeah.
If you work at a job that's physical, where you're lifting things, or you're in a warehouse, you're in light industrial industry, you need accidental death. Now, you could be with a company. Somebody could say, well, my company gives me insurance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I pay like $5 a month.
Right.
Well, basically, that's not your policy. You don't own that policy.
Right.
That's not your policy. And I know I'm kind of off the topic, but I'm gonna get back on topic. It's kind of they're gonna go hand in hand. So, it say, well, my company offers me a policy, and I don't need insurance. That's actually not true, because as you can see, millions of people were laid off, and you don't have any life insurance now.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
Number two, you can't borrow against a policy that's not yours.
True.
You can't cash it in. You can't utilize it as an investment vehicle. It's not yours. You don't get the certificate of the ownership of that policy. When you own your own policy, now let's just say you don't want to get a policy because you have a policy you paying $10 a month for $100,000, but then you retire at 65. You know what happens to that policy? It cancels out, and they give you the option to begin your own policy, and you're gonna be paying like $300 a month.
Right.
Okay. So it's always wise and cheaper to get your own policy. You may pay $30-$40 for $100,000, but that's your policy that you could borrow from, that you could cash in, you could utilize it as an investment vehicle, and you don't have to worry about when you retire that you don't have anything in place. And they don't teach us these things. They just sell us on the fact of it's cheap.
Right.
And a lot of times, just cheap is, being cheap and being convenient at the time costs you more money in the long run. My wife always says, I'm cheap, by the way. So when we go out, I'm always like, me personally. So look, we go out, I'm like, man, I can get that cheaper from the homie around the block. Right? Yeah. She was like, listen, she said, we've been through this more than once. Cry once.
Yeah.
If you buy something cheaper and then it breaks, 10 days later, you're gonna cry twice.
You're gonna cry twice.
So, and then you have to buy it, so you're gonna cry 3 times. You got to rebuy. You're gonna buy it brand new at that point.
Right.
And so, she always say that. So I always encourage people to cry once, and it's not expensive. The younger you are, yes, it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
So if you're 33, then your 33 is going to be cheaper than your 34.
Right.
But anyway, we're on accidental death. So accidental death, you can add that to your policy.
Yeah.
You can add accidental death to your policy. When you have a policy with your job, which is considered a group policy, you're unable to add those special features to that policy.
Right. No, that's good stuff. And again, that's why I feel like this conversation is important, because again, we need to be educated. We're not taught this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't get this kind of information from just traditional schooling, then it's kind of like, where do we find the information? Because most people aren't privy to this kind of stuff. They're not inquiring to find out the different types of life insurance. Like, I'm aware of life insurance, but it's not until I go into a workplace and I'm signing up for life insurance is when I begin to learn about it. But even in that, like you said, it's not my policy, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that that we make. Although yes, we're covered, but long term, how is that going to affect you? So that's good stuff right there, bro. Good stuff. Now,
thank you.
Yeah, man. So again, I want to respect your time, because I know you're out there working your boots to the ground, brother. You're out there getting it. We did have a question from Malachi, but let me say this first.
Let's do it.
You say you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, because I was gonna say just inbox you, but if you're good with the question, all right. So Malachi says, is there insurance policy that you can start and it pays out right away in case of a loved one's passing?
So that's most insurances. So if you're covered, if you get a policy today, and you're approved and your policy is active and effective, if you, God forbid, you would have died the next day, you would be covered fully. You don't have to buy into it. You don't have to buy into it for a certain amount of time. Now, to answer that question, there are people that are really ill.
Right.
And so some people that are really ill, depending on if, let's just say someone has cancer, there's something called guaranteed issue, meaning that they wouldn't be fully covered day one.
Right.
Meaning they would have to wait a certain amount of time to be covered. Now, if you're healthy, of course, you'll get that coverage
right away.
Right now. Right away. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So, what about like generational wealth, man? Because when we talked during the pre-interview that we did, what we created the promo out of, you mentioned that we can use life insurance and this could be a vehicle that we can generate generational wealth. Like, how do we do that?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
There are a lot of ways to do it. So me being out in the field, I work with a lot of different families, a lot of different races. What I noticed from the Jewish families, the Jewish community, what they do is that they actually insure the oldest person in the family with like $1 million, $2 million policy. When that person dies, they take that money and they invest it into real estate, storefronts, things of that nature. That's how they create generational wealth. So let's just say you don't want to die to create generational wealth. You want to do it now. So like I said before, you can take a return of premium term policy and you can utilize that cash while you're living. Or let's just say you have a whole traditional whole life policy with a high yield cash value. You're able to borrow from that policy and invest into real estate, and put a down payment on a lot of land, things of that nature. There are a lot of different ways you can create wealth with insurance. Like if a lot of us don't have the money to save, have save $10,000 a year or $5,000 a year, however much, or $1,000 a month or $500 a month. We don't have some of us don't have that kind of money. So you can utilize your insurance. Utilize your insurance in a way that you can turn that into a money making machine. You just have to get your policy. You have to just be creative in what you want to invest in, and you can create wealth while you're living.
Yeah. So what about opportunities to join the insurance business? Like, are there any, like, what are the opportunities to join an agency or anything like that?
First thing you have to do is get licensed, of course. You got to take the life insurance pre-licensing. Once you pass that, a lot of companies are going to find you because your information going to a date. I think they sell the information, but people will start calling you. Just be very selective in who you want to join. Some of them are structured in a way that's not really conducive to a new agent. The company that I'm with, the company that I started, Nirvana Life Group, it's a company where it's very conducive to a new agent to be their own boss, to grow a massive agency. I mean, we have me personally have one of the fastest growing insurance companies in North Carolina. Because why? Not because I'm a great salesman, not because I have a lot of time I don't have a lot of time to go after people to try to recruit them. 75% of my recruits come to me, and because two reasons. My book of business is massive because I treat my clients like family. I treat them like family. I educate them. I want the families to be empowered when I leave. So if another agent try to come in and mess up their policy just to get a quick buck, that they can speak to some things and recognize some things like, no, that's not true. This is what my agent told me, and this is why I'm with this company. So you can leave at this point. Honest business is the best business. Honest business is going to always keep the lights on. It's going to always keep the doors open. So to join, number one, get licensed. If anyone is interested, I can tell you how to get licensed.
Yeah.
If you just, you don't have to go with my company. You can go with any company you want. I'm just, I don't mind being a hub for information as well. I don't mind giving out information
Absolutely.
on how to be successful. Just reach out to me.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Now, in closing, man, what message would you share with the listeners about life insurance, man? Like, this is your passion, this is your baby. Like, what message would you share with the listeners?
If you don't have coverage, can I be all the way honest?
Be all the way. Be 1,002.
Okay. If you don't have insurance, you're selfish. Now that's not to the person that can't afford. I'm talking about to the person that can afford.
Yeah.
I think we all can afford it.
Yeah.
As long as you're working, you're able to have an income, you're able to work. If you don't have insurance, then you're being selfish. And love is action. And if I'm your child and you love me, if I'm your spouse and you love me, why aren't you protecting me from the inevitable? Because the inevitable is going to happen. We're all going to leave here. Okay. So if you don't have insurance, then you're selfish. So my goal is to ensure the most people possible. I want everyone that tune into this video, if you don't have insurance, I want you to reach out to me. I want everyone that listen to this video, even the ones that don't like it or share it, I want everyone to be covered. That's my challenge to everyone that's viewing this video. I want everyone to be covered.
Right.
Because family members lose their legacy to a GoFundMe page.
True.
So you die, now your wife and your kids are on GoFundMe trying to raise money for you. You've lost your legacy to a GoFundMe page. And all you had to do was pay, a few bucks a month to cover your family, and you could have progressed your family in such a great way. You could have put them in the position to just be financially, if not free, financially sustained.
Right.
So my goal and my mission I'm challenging myself and you just to make sure I want our goal to make sure that everyone that's watching this video to be protected. I want everyone to have life insurance. That's my goal. Reach out to me. If not me, reach out to anyone. I don't care if it's your job insurance. Something is better than nothing.
Right. Yep. That's it. That's it, man. So let's share with everybody before I let you go, because like I said, I know you're busy, you're running. I know you've been out there since early this morning, meeting with clients. How could people connect with you if they want to reach out? What different channels?
If not my Facebook page, Daunta Tyler, just you can inbox me. You can go on my business page, Nirvana Life Group. You can go on our Facebook, Nirvana Life Group, our Instagram, Nirvana Life Group, our Twitter, Nirvana Life Group. You can go to nirvanalifegroup.com.
There you go.
You can call me. If my number is 704-698-6021. 704-698-6021. Call me, text me, email me, reach out to me. And if you just want to be educated, I'm licensed in several states. I can be licensed in any state. If it just takes 24 hours for me to just put in a request, and it just takes 24 hours for me to get licensed in any state. Everyone should be protected.
Yeah.
If we got Netflix, if we have Netflix, we should have insurance. If you don't have insurance, turn off your Netflix. Get it turned off.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have Hulu, if you don't have insurance, cut it off.
Get it off. Yeah.
Right? We have to learn how to sacrifice for the things, our entertainment, for the things that are way more valuable. So reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm here to educate everyone. Reach out to me for quotes or whatever you want. I'm here to help and educate.
Yeah.
Obviously, we weren't able to cover everything because I'm literally in my car outside of my client's home, and she's probably looking like, "Where the heck is he?"
Yeah, I know.
But it's all good. It's all good. I told her it would be a minute. But reach out to me, guys. If you don't have my information, reach out to Limo. He has all my information.
Yeah, reach out to me. I got you guys. And anything you want to reach out and ask, or just whatever. And he's in Charlotte. He's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. But you don't mind traveling, do you? To meet up?
No, I don't. I don't mind traveling. We can also work over the phone.
Yeah.
I can write you over the phone. It takes like 7 minutes. I have an office too in East Charlotte, 5527 Monroe Road.
There you go.
Figure out a way to get to me. No,
Yeah.
you know, if you want someone that's going to educate you, someone that you're going to trust, you don't, you know, it's so many people out here and there's so many agents out here. There's some of them you really can't trust. A lot of them you really can't trust, to be honest, unfortunately. But I have a passion to educating all people, all ethnicities, not just my own people, you know, whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asian, whoever. I just have a passion to educate people. And if you just reach out to me, I'll be glad to help you as much as I can.
Nice. Well, there you have it, everybody. Daunta Tyler, Daunta, bro, if you have to go, man, thank you. I'm going to close out by giving some updates, and I'm going to my vision partner is going to jump on, and she's going to share a little bit. But if you got to go, you got to go. I get it. I thank you, bro, from the bottom of my heart. This is phenomenal.
Likewise.
Prayerfully, this can incite some people or excite some people to actually at least begin to inquire or look into life insurance. If you have any questions, you can Google it. You can just call Daunta. I'm not licensed, so don't call me, right? Don't inbox me. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys want information, we all have questions. Everybody has questions. So don't let this day pass you by without at least inquiring and figuring out, finally taking the first step. And at least that first question that you may have, find out some basics about it, at least. You know what I mean? So definitely, bro. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Love you, bro. Be safe out there.
Love you back, brother.
Yeah, man. You know the climate, the climate outside. So be safe, brother. Be safe. You know
no problem, man. God bless you. God bless this show. Everyone involved. Thank you guys so much for this beautiful opportunity and the things that you're doing for not only myself, but a lot of great people that are doing wonderful things in the community. The cool spot. These guys are making a difference. I appreciate this platform so much, and I'm very selective what platform that I get on, and I just couldn't wait to get on this platform because you guys are just doing such a beautiful job helping the people, educating the people, and I just pray nothing but great things for the cool spot.
Absolutely. I receive it. It's right here. I got it right there. It's right there. No doubt, bro, man. Be safe out there. We'll catch you later, bro.
Talk to you. Bye.
All right, bro. So I hope this was very insightful for a lot of you guys. I'm inspired. I'm educated all the more now because, again, I have questions. I always have questions. It's good to ask questions. So if you guys are like me, definitely, man, if you have a question or anything that you kind of curious about, look into it. Definitely look into it. Take that first step, find out the basics, and then you grow from there. You know what I mean? Don't bombard yourself with a whole lot that you get discouraged behind the quest to find the answer, right? So, but let me give you guys some quick updates, right? First of all, let me skip around a little bit. My vision partner, Sharita Freeman. If you want to join the video, there she is. I can't hear you.
Hello.
What's up for you? Good?
What's up, Limo?
Good. Thank you. Phenomenal work today with sharing the information on the screen. I was watching. I was like, oh, she working. She dropping some information up. Go. So, but I want to just do some updates while you're on. Of course, everybody knows that the cool spot, we've been doing the podcast and also live interviews. We've gone live, I think, for like 3 weeks now. This is our third live stream, and I'm super excited about this journey with the growth process of this live because we get to interact, right? And that's the beauty of it. You know, if you guys have been following me throughout the years, you know that I love to be interactive. You know, unfortunately, Daunta Tyler, he's out in the field today and he's working. He's been out there all day and he's actually literally in the middle of a transaction with a client right now. So I didn't want to hold too much with the whole questions. And I think I got a few hits about a few people commenting on the video. I'm sorry. If you have any other questions or you want to just inbox him, get in touch with him. By all means, he'll get back with you guys. Anything that you guys may just be curious about, maybe you want to challenge him on some things. I don't know. But whatever it is, inbox him and I'm sure he'll get back with you guys promptly. All right. But with the cool spot, going back to this, is we've been doing this on a weekly basis moving forward. Now, it's been fun, and I'm loving the journey. I'm loving it, and it's not going to stop. So I don't want you guys to think that, get the misconception, right? But I think what we're going to end up doing, and me and Free, my vision partner, we've talked about it, and we both come up with the executive decision to cut back from doing it on a weekly basis to a bi-weekly basis. So what that would look like is next month, the first week of next month, we're going to skip from doing a live, because the second week of next month, we have a live debate that we're going to do, right? And the debate will be between Tony Jones and Melvin Whitehead. So this is a presidential debate, and what the debate's topic,
heavy hitters.
It's going to be heavy. It's going to be, I'm excited, Free. So the topic is going to be Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump for president the will of God? Now, I know a lot of people are not religious, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I don't consider myself religious either. Although, yes, I'm a believer, right? But for those that are not religious and that feels like, right, for you see how I kind of put the little twist on it.
You know what I'm saying? Put a little sauce on it.
Put a little honey butter on that. So for those that are religious, or those that feel like, well, this shouldn't be up for debate, I beg to differ, and obviously there's always going to be two sides of the coin. And I feel like creating a platform, we can have a structured dialogue where we can come together and we can express our differences to find common ground. Now, the main thing that I want this to be about, or what I see this being, is more of an informational discussion to enlighten and help people understand that, yes, media could take what's known to us, especially in the Black diaspora, and they could twist it. And we can have a full out negative connotation of our president of the United States. Now, no, I'm not on his side. I'm more of a liberal. I kind of like to watch both sides so I can learn the forecast and know what my next move is going to be. But I feel like there's a lot of misinformation that is about our president. That's hard truth for some people, because they think that everything that they see and hear is absolute truth, and that's a lie. You know what I mean? So I don't bring it I don't come with a biased perspective. I'm more open-minded to be able to talk about both sides. That's just me, But after that, on the third weekend of next month, my vision partner here, Sharita Freeman, she's going to be interviewing me, which I think is going to be pretty funny.
Because we need to know who Lemoy Decina is. I think, Lemoy Decina has these grand visions and they're coming to fruition. But I think, as everyone starts tuning in and we're getting this information, it's like, who is this person? They're kind of like, kind of see him in the wing. You might see him at events. And I think that more people need to be introduced to who is Lemoy.
Yeah. I think it's going to be cool. Because I do a lot. I don't think a lot of people know all the different things I have my hands into, the time, just everything, me as a whole, like where I am today. So I think that'd be really, really impactful, not because it's about me, but because of my journey. I've had time to think about that, Free. So I've been thinking about that all week, right? So, but after that, the fourth weekend, we're going to skip that, and then we're going to shift into July. So in July, just giving you guys these updates, I have some legal aid employees that I will be reaching out to that they have confirmed, and I'm trying to lock in some things dealing with legal aid so we can start talking more about the law and different things that we may question that may or may not be in the books. You know what I'm saying? So why not get some professionals that do this full time and bring them on board, and we can just do some building. And of course, you guys know that Blackout Day 2020 is coming up. We're getting plugged in with all of that. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about the Cool Spot Live, and just super excited, man. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. So with my vision partner here, and this is going to be the last of it, and I'm going to let you guys go. My vision partner, again, I said it at the beginning, what we're going to end up doing is we need a female's perspective. And I think that's going to bring good balance. So I'll be adding her to everything across the board. She already does a lot behind the scenes. Even with my ideas, I just call her and be like, "Free, I've been thinking," and she go ahead and pull a notepad out. You know what I mean? And,
Yes, the journey.
yeah, it's a journey, man, but that's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
We need a vision partner so we can be able to have these kind of discussions. Oh, my
Come
camera.
back
You know my bootleg.
every 30 minutes.
Yeah, you know my bootleg. Every 30 minutes, it's just gonna reset. But I think that's what we need as entrepreneurs, visionaries. We need somebody to transcribe and script our process and our journey so that, because we're always on the go, man. And sometimes we may not have time to just be like, yo, in the spare moment, yo, Free, I've been thinking this,
Mm-hmm.
man. Oh, man. She go ahead and pull a notepad out. And I think that's phenomenal. Thank you
Yep.
again for just believing in the vision, journeying with me. It's the journey. I don't even have to go into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank you for being a believer and also being a part of it, so that this can flourish and more people could actually learn some things, learn the different sides of what we have to offer at the Cool Spot. Also, next month I will begin to lay out some lectures, and I
Mm-hmm.
have the first one's going to be phenomenal about Constitution and the emancipation, right? Just kind of going into that and kind of pairing the two to see why cops are able to kill off or shoot and kill black people,
Mm.
um, and legally, and why it's not such a big. I don't say legally, but why it's not such a big deal to them. So we're gonna get some background, speeches, the Constitution, talk about the emancipation, the definition of that, and get into some
Mm-hmm.
of that in
Mm-hmm.
itself. So I think it's going to really enlighten some people because we're the minority, and we think minority is confined to just skin complexion or color of one. It's not. It's if you can't defend yourself or stand for yourself in the courtroom, then you're considered a minority, and that's the majority of us. You know what I mean? So that's why these attorneys, they get paid the big bucks. They go off of the law dictionary and what their terms and their meaning of the words that they speak means something different, totally different than what we understand in the words that we use on a day to day. So a minority can be anybody. You can be middle class and still be a minority. You know what I'm saying?
More
So
information for people to know.
right, right. So it's information. Be about the information.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
The
bring
straight
together all that.
details, the
Say that again.
facts.
Say
I
that
said the
again.
details, the facts, and
Yeah,
not emotion. I think a lot
yeah.
of stuff it's the issue is that we act off emotion versus
Hmm.
actually acting off hard facts.
Yeah. Keep the facts first and emotions second.
Emotion
We can
second.
keep that on the forefront, and we're gonna be just fine. Trust me,
There we go.
we'll be just fine. All right. So it is yours truly, Lamore Decina. Thank
And
you again, my
free.
vision partner. Give everybody a name again and give everybody your information on how they can reach you if they need to.
All right, my name is Free the Poet. Well, Sharita Freeman. I
Yeah.
also go by the name of Free the Poet, and I
Mhm.
can be found on Facebook at Free the Poet NC or also under Miss Rita Free. And I'm also at the Cool Spot. So if you hit up the Cool Spot, I'm gonna get it too. Um,
Yeah.
so please know that we have multiple avenues to reach out. There's some other cool stuff that Lamoy ain't tell y'all yet, So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wait for it to
We got some
come
things in
in.
the works. Got some
Just
things in the
always
works.
remember to come kick it with us. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always remember to come kick it at the Cool Spot. We'll
Yeah.
bring lectures. We'll always have good guests on that are informational because again, we want to make sure you have your information first, your
Mhm.
hard facts, and then we can deal with our emotions.
Absolutely.
So
Oh, kicking it with the cool spot. You want to give them the information on that?
you see how I threw that in there?
You throw that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go catch it.
No, 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 I got that real
So we're
quick.
gonna start doing these other sessions that are they're more relaxed. So it might not be a formal like Saturday at 4 o'clock specifically, but it's gonna be like a little weekday little tidbit where we can
Yeah.
start meeting with more entrepreneurs, more business business owners,
Mhm.
different people that are artists that are just doing different things in the community so that everyone gets to be spotlighted.
Yeah.
It's not just one person, not just one group, but we're non-biased. And so we want to see everyone make it. We want to see everything that everybody has to offer. So we want you to come kick it with us. Come kick
Absolutely.
it with us. We can kick it with you.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're doing. so that we can support, that we can, you know, show you that we care. You know, a lot of it, you know, post COVID, you know, after we can get back out and the outside opens back up safely, not just when it opens, but when it's safe, we physically want to come visit and kick it with you. But
Absolutely.
until then, we're gonna do this thing virtually. And
Yeah.
between lectures, kicking it with the cool spot, and these actual table talk podcasts, we're
Yeah.
gonna make it happen. We're gonna make these bonds. We're gonna solidify some things, and we're gonna be tight, y'all.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. And you know, again, we're kicking it with the cool spot. It's you won't get. It's not. There's not going to be a promo like I'm doing with these. There will just be a schedule that we'll have with everybody that we have already locked in. So if you're a business owner, you have an organization, you doing anything dealing with sports or whatever it is that you're doing, we want to utilize this platform where you guys could actually be a part and at least promote what you're doing. You know, and it won't be so formal, like Free said. It'll just be something that's kicked back and relaxed, and we're just going to go in on whatever it is that you're doing and give you the spotlight. You know, so that's the main objective of kicking it with the cool spot. So all that's in the works. We're looking at probably doing that maybe in July, most likely. But starting next month, we're going to roll out the lectures, and of course, we're gonna keep our highlighted guests. We're going to have, of course, well, I'll be one of them next month. We'll have the debate. And that'll kind of give me some free time to work on some other things in between. And the last thing is I will also be launching a promotions company because I also do logos and other types of promotional content to help you in your business. And it's some fire. It's you guys will see. And again, I need the time, so we're going to kick back from twice a month. From 4 times a month with doing these to twice a month, but also just have a schedule, nothing formal. I don't have to have notes, anything laid out. Hey, what are you doing? Who are you? Where are you located? What do you want people to know what you're doing? Let's promote. Let's cross promote. You know what I'm saying? Even other podcasts. I'm always down to deal with other people that's doing the same thing. Look, we're not biased. You know what I mean?
We can all make it.
Right. We can all make it from good steward to good steward. That's all. All right. So it's yours truly, Lamore Decina. Thank you guys for tuning in. My vision partner, thank you again for being
You're
such
welcome.
an intricate part of this journey. And yeah, that's about it. So until next time, be on the lookout for the lecture. Just be on the lookout for, I want to put a date on it. But again, the 13th of next month, we're going to have our very first live structured dialogue, which is the safe way to say it, or AKA a live debate. And with Tony Jones and also Melvin Whitehead. So be on the lookout for that as well. Promotions will be out on that soon. All right. Last thing, before I slip my mind, the song that you guys heard at the beginning, Just Too Cold, was by Speech from Arrested Development. Daunta Tyler was on there and his cousin Danny D. So that was a donated project that we're going to be using for the cool spot, Just Too Cold. So
Fire.
Right, the joint fire.
Fire.
You guys heard it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's going to be our opening moving forward. This is the process. We're growing. So, hey, I'm going to share the process with you guys as we grow. So hopefully you guys will be inspired to do your own thing. All right. So thank you again. One last time. We love you guys. Create a beautiful evening. Be safe if you're out and about traveling. You guys see the climate. Please be safe. A lot going on. We know what's going on with the death of George Floyd and the impact from it. So please be safe. Please govern yourselves accordingly and don't put yourself in harm's risk. All right. Love you guys. Create a beautiful. Peace.
Peace, love, and light. Later.